between Arrieta and Chris Baggio, it's back and forth, man. They can't have one without the other. Baggio just can't say enough good things about how hard Jake works, the work that he puts in, not only on the mound, but in the weight room, keeping himself in great shape. I think what it is right now, Mark, it's a guy that finally figured it out. He knows what he needs to do to be good. He knows what to work on. He knows what to do in between starts. He knows he's figured it out. The proverbial light went off. He knows how to get ready. He talked about, I thought it was interesting in the post-game press conference, that he said he didn't really felt like he had his A game when he warmed up, but he's matured enough now to understand that the warm-up is what it is. It's a warm-up, and he didn't let a bad warm-up session affect the way he was going to pitch when that game started at 8:05. That's a sign of a guy that's figured it out.
We should remind viewers that Chris Baggio is a pretty fair pitcher. He threw a no-hitter during his days with Seattle. Hey, Danny, before we let you go, do you still have the conductor's hat? And are you going to ride that big blue train all the way into Chicago for the playoffs?
Mark, what I am going to do when I get off the phone right now, I am going to take a picture of that big blue train conductor's hat, and I'm going to have a special shout-out to Mark Shanowski and Comcast SportsNet. Woo, woo! All aboard! Get on the board!
Danny, you're the best. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be looking forward to seeing you during the playoff run.
You got it, Mark. Thank you.
The one and only Dan Please.
Yeah, my days didn't cross paths with him here, but boy, he sounds like
he is
an
original.
Time.
There's no question about it.
Well, and he had some great things to say about Jake Arrieta there, and I think absolutely he hit the nail on the head with the maturity and the work ethic behind this. This was well deserved by Jake Arrieta tonight.
And we are not done yet with our coverage of Jake Arrieta's no-hitter. We're also going to recap the rest of the day in sports. Tim Jennings, a surprise cut by the Bears.
Yeah, there were a few other things that happened.
The White Sox got a walk-off win. We're going to have it all for you. We're working overtime here on SportsNet Central. We'll be around for the next half hour, recapping everything in the world of sports, including Jake Arrieta no-hitting the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. So stay with us here on Comcast SportsNet.
I thought you said you were going to test drive this Buick first.
I am test driving it for 24 hours.
Nice Buick. I guess the test drive last night went well.
Actually, I'm still on it. You know we're test driving this Buick for 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Test washing it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know when you're done. I'm going to take it test shopping.
Now get the best of remaining 2015s with cash back for 15% of the MSRP on select Enclave models in stock the longest. That's over $7,200 on this Buick Enclave.
This is what it looks like when real people playing fantasy football win $1 million. And now that football's back at DraftKings.com, the one-week fantasy sports destination, you could get your share of $10 million week one. Just pick your sport, pick your players, and pick up your cash. Play with promo code SAFETY and get free entry in our Millionaire Maker event week one. Winner gets $2 million. Get to DraftKings.com now.
Promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Dave owed back taxes. After being hit with a wage garnishment and a bank levy, Dave struggled with his finances. He thought all was lost. Then he found out about U.S. Tax Shield.
If you have been threatened with a wage garnishment, bank levy, or tax lien,
call 1-800-518-6335.
Sandra and Victor owed an enormous amount of money to the IRS. U.S. Tax Shield was able to reduce their tax debt so that they were able to maintain their lifestyle.
Owe $15,000 or more to the IRS or state? Call U.S. Tax Shield.
Call 1-800-518-6335.
Attention Xarelto users. Have you or a loved one taken the blood thinner Xarelto and then suffered internal bleeding resulting in hospitalization or death? Xarelto has no specific antidote for uncontrolled bleeding approved by the FDA. This may make an uncontrolled bleed or hemorrhage a serious medical problem. If you or a loved one has taken Xarelto and suffered an injury involving hospitalization or death, call right now.
Call 1-800-343-7095. That's 1-800-343-7095.
I'm Joe Madden, and you're watching the home of Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago.
And Jake Arrieta struck out Chase Utley, who a lot of Cub fans was hoping was going to hop on board. He turned out to be the final out in the no-hitter by Arrieta. We got a chance to enjoy the baseball history at Dodger Stadium tonight. Hope you did as well. Welcome into SportsNet Central, presented by GMC. With Kelly Krull, I'm Mark Shanowski.
Yeah, Jake Arrieta throws his first career no-hitter and the first Cubs no-hitter since Carlos Zambrano did it back September of 2008. Full coverage on SportsNet Central starting now.
To SportsNet Central, presented by GMC.
So it had been a challenging West Coast swing, to say the least, for the Cubs, who in the series finale against LA were in danger of matching a season worst 5-game skid. Enter Jake Arrieta, who's 7-1 following a loss this season and the epitome of a stopper. And the righty has been lights out in August. Up to this point, 5-0. The record, dynamite, .54 ERA. Just take a look at the times he's been able to turn things around for the Cubs this season. 4 different times this year, Arrieta has stopped a losing streak of 2 games or more. In fact, he is 3-0 in starts after the Cubs have lost 2 games or more. And his 2.22 ERA, that was coming into tonight, was the 3rd best in the majors, of course, behind, you know, those 2 big guys with the Dodgers. Well, it only got more impressive on a very, very beautiful night in Los Angeles, packed house, and the ace righty going to get some early offense. Kobe Bryant at the dish, a man aboard in the first, and he is going to deposit this Alex Wood offering into the left field stands. A 2-run blast for Bryant, his 7th homer of the month, 21st of the year, 2-0 Cubs. Then it's Arrieta's turn, and he comes out dealing, racks up 3 strikeouts, 1 in each of the first 3 innings, including whiffs of Adrian Gonzalez and Jacques Peterson. Arrieta just rolling early, but in the 3rd, Enrique Hernandez rips one towards second. Starlin Castro not going to be able to handle this, so Hernandez reaches on the error, which is what it was called in the first Dodger base runner, of course, of any kind. But Arrieta, not phased, strikes out Jimmy Rollins. Nice breaking ball there. On we roll. More from Arrieta in the 5th. Carl Crawford goes down swinging. Then Peterson whiffs for a 2nd time to end it. Arrieta is unscathed through 5. We move to the 6th. Rollins at first after a walk. Chase Utley making good contact here, deep to left. Warning track action, but that's just another long out. Arrieta through 6, still no hits. Golden chance for the Cubs in the 7th here to add some insurance. Bags packed with 1 out for Castro. Smokes this one, but it's right to Utley at second. 4-6-3 double play. So no extra runs for the Cubs. We head to the bottom half. 2 down for Crawford. He lines one towards right center, but Castro redeeming himself with the leaping grab. Arrieta now through 7 innings. Still 2-0 in the 8th. Arrieta, this one going right by Yasmani Grandal for the first out. Then Jacques Peterson pops this one up to right field. Matt Caesar, who's back up with the club, has no trouble snatching that one. So Arrieta has allowed no hits through 7 2/3 inning, which, as we flash back to June 30th of last year, Arrieta made it the same distance, 7 2/3 at Fenway, when Stephen Drew came through with the clean single there. Arrieta received a standing ovation from the Fenway faithful upon leaving, so flirted with it before, and with 2 outs in the 8th in LA, Hernandez grounds one up the middle, but Addison Russell ranges to his left and makes the play to first. Jake Arrieta is 3 outs away from a no-hitter. To the 9th we go. Arrieta at 98 pitches entering the inning, so in good shape. Justin Turner first up. The 1-2 pitch. Turner chases the breaking ball. Miguel Montero there throws him out. 1 down. Next up, Jimmy Rollins. Arrieta freezes him on the 2-2 pitch. 11th strikeout on the night, a new season high. 1 out away, and Chase Utley is at the dish.
And he's done it. He strikes out the side in the 9th inning. And Jake Arrieta has thrown his first career no-hitter.
Oh, so much fun to watch those guys celebrate at the end. Arrieta's no-hitter, the 14th in Cubs history, first since Carlos Zambrano in 2008. Cubs win 2-0. Arrieta making history.
Masterful performance by Arrieta.
Trying to stay calm and maintain the focus on just going out there and trying to execute quality pitch after quality pitch. And defense is really good behind me. Addy with a great play on a on a short hop that he had to charge, make an off-balance throw to first base. Castro made a good play on a line drive. Just all the way around, it was a very solid effort. You know, Chris gave us the lead we needed in the first inning, and I was able to, you know, make it hold up and finish it off.
And Jake wearing the pajamas will be comfortable on the flight back to Chicago. Time to check around the National League Central. Cardinals and Giants from AT&T Park. The visitors get the scoring started. Second pitch of the ball game. That's the All-Star Matt Carpenter. He drives Chris Heston's pitch over the wall in center field. Home run number 20 on the year for Carpenter. Quickly 1-0 St. Louis. 4-2 Cardinals in the fourth. Brandon Moss up, 1 out, nobody on, and he crushes one to center field. That's not coming back either. Solo homer for Moss, his second since joining the Redbirds. That makes it a 5-2 ball game. Top of the sixth, first pitch of the inning to Mark Reynolds, and that was going to make the seats as well. Number 12 for Reynolds. The Cardinals hand the Giants their first series loss at home since early July. 7-5 is the final.
I guess you better be ready.
Well, Pirates looking for a 5th straight win hosting the Rockies. 1-0 Colorado in the fourth with 2 runners on. Ben Paulson adds to that lead with a triple to the wall here in right center. Both runners will cross the plate, and it's 3-0 Rockies. Jorge De La Rosa, did the rest, shutting down the Pirates offense. Here he strikes out Andrew McCutcheon in the 6th, but De La Rosa's day would end just a short time later. Home plate umpire Jeff Nelson ejects the Rockies starter for arguing balls and strikes in the 7th. Kind of strange. De La Rosa gets tossed, but he also gets the win as the Rockies blank the Buccos 5-0. And with just over a month to go in the regular season, it's all about the wild card for Joe Maddon's guys right now. Here's a look at the updated standings. Cubs hold a 5.5 game lead over San Francisco for the number 2 wild card spot, and they trail Pittsburgh by 5.5 games. They just keep on rolling for home field advantage and the winner-take-all matchup that would be on October 7th.
We haven't forgotten about the White Sox going for a split to their 4-game series against Seattle this afternoon with left-hander Jose Quintana on the mound. Mariners young star Kyle Seager enjoying a big series on the south side, and he had already homered once in his career against Quintana. Top of the first, Seager says, "I'll make it 2." A 2-run shot to right field way up in the seats. His 3rd straight game with a homer against the Sox. Mariners jump out to a 2-0 lead, 2 batters into the game. And then a strange play in the bottom half of the inning. It looked like Adam Eaton was picked off, but Logan Morrison couldn't catch the throw. Spanky makes it all the way to third base on the error. A few pitches later, Abreu. Hard grounder to short, and this time bad footwork by Morrison, can't find the bag. Abreu's safe. Eaton scores. 2 errors from Morrison in the inning. You don't see that from a first baseman very often. But in the top half of the second, the Seattle lead would increase. This time Austin Jackson unloads a 2-run blast to right center. He extends his hitting streak to 9 straight games in the process. 4-1 now in favor of Seattle. To the 4th inning, and the White Sox began the comeback. Tyler Saladino shoots a double down the right field line. That scores Alexei Ramirez. Sox draw within a pair at 4-2. Brings Eaton to the dish. Runners on second and third. A ground ball to second. That'll get the job done. Gordon Beckham scores. Now a 4-3 ball game. Fast forward to the 7th inning, and the home team finally gets even. Melky Cabrera, how good has he been since the All-Star break? Solo shot to right field. Melky 3 for 4 today. That's his 9th homer of the season. We are all even at 4 apiece. Unfortunately, though, top of the 8th, it's that man Seager at the dish again. Another base hit. Shot back through the middle. His 6th run batted into the series. Mariners edge in front 5-4. But the biggest mistake of the game still to come. Bottom of the 9th inning. Sox have a runner on second, but there's 2 outs. Carlos Sanchez, routine grounder to short. And Brad Miller throws it away. The old submarine throw past the first baseman. Trace Thompson scores to tie it at 5. And in the 11th, Tyler Saladino, a chance to be the hero.
There's a base hit, and this ball game is over.
How about that? Tyler Saladino, the hero. His 2nd run batted into the day sends the fans home happy. It's the 10th walk-off win of the season for the White Sox. 6-5 is your final.
That was a fun one. the whole game all the way through. It's all kinds of stuff happening, and to pull it off at the end there, that was awesome.
As long as you have a throw left on offense or on defense, you always have a shot to win or lose. So it definitely came out in our favor tonight. It seemed like tonight. It's a long game.
Time now for tonight's Country Financial top performers from the Yankees' 20-6 win over the Braves. That's right, I said 20-6.
Yeah.
Jacoby Ellsbury went 2 for 6 with 3 RBI in the leadoff spot. Chase Headley a perfect 3 for 3 at the dish with 4 RBI, and Stephen Drew 4 for 4 with 4 RBI. And by the way, all 3 of these guys went yard today as well.
Hard to believe it's the second time this year they've scored 20 runs. Now to our Bears preseason coverage, brought to you by Apt, electronics, appliances, and more. Some surprising news out of Lake Forest. Veteran cornerback Tim Jennings put on waivers by the Bears. It's another sign that new general manager Ryan Pace is prepared to completely rebuild an ineffective defense. Jennings lost his starting position to free agent addition Alan Ball last week, and he struggled while playing with the reserves in last night's loss to Cincinnati. Now, Jennings proved to be extremely durable during his Bears career, missing just 2 games in 5 seasons. He started in 74 of the 78 games he played in as a Bear. His best season, 2012, 9 interceptions, returning 1 of them for a touchdown. He made the Pro Bowl squad after both the 2012 and 2013 seasons. Joining us now by phone is our Bears insider, John Moon Mullen. All right, John, Tim Jennings, a highly paid former Pro Bowl cornerback, let go in the very first cut. What does that say about the direction this team is headed under Ryan Pace and John Fox?
John Fox uses the term it's performance-based business, and I really saw this coming back in the owners' meeting, sitting at the table with Fox, who doesn't criticize players, and he offhandedly says, yeah, Tim Jennings really didn't have a very good year. So the dominoes were already falling. He was given the huge contract by Phil Emery, so this coaching staff really, other than the dead money it's going to involve, it really doesn't have a stake in him the way they do some of the guys like Alan Ball they brought in. So he started both the preseason games before this, and then last night against Cincinnati, he barely got the game.
John, it's not like the Bears have a lot of quality depth at the cornerback position, and Tracy Porter got hurt last night. Are there other reasons besides on-field performance that led to Jennings being released so early?
Well, yeah, he's going to turn 32 in December. Again, age wouldn't be a problem if you're playing well. But the switch to the 3-4 creates more. You need to be a better man cover guy than you did with the cover 2 of Loving Smith and then Mel Tucker. But and Tim at 5'8" is just not a good matchup in man-to-man coverage, and that's what's going to be asked of him, as well as run support, which I thought looked really bad at last night.
That is our Bears insider, John Moon Mullen. John, we'll talk to you at Hallis Hall later this week.
Okay, Mark.
Well, another starter from last year's defensive backfield will miss the season because of injury. Veteran safety Ryan Mundy placed on injured reserve today because of a hip problem that got progressively worse throughout training camp. Today's move really explains why Mundy was running behind young safeties Adrian Amos and Brock Vereen on the Bears depth chart. Front office also released 10 other players, including safety Al Lewis-Jean and running back Daniel Thomas, who had a couple of good years with the Miami Dolphins, but could not crack the rotation at running back here in Chicago. Bears also placed top draft pick Kevin White on the physically unable to perform list. He will miss at least the first 6 games of the regular season. The Bears have to make one more roster reduction to get down to the league limit of 75 players by Tuesday afternoon.
Well, Jake Arrieta throws his first career no-hitter. We'll have plenty more coverage on him and the rest of the Cubs ahead on SportsNet Central.
Bears preseason coverage is presented by Apt, electronics, appliances, and more since 1936.
See the full line of Frigidaire Professional products at Apt. Apt, pleasing people since 1936.
up, my man? Chuckles, how's it going?
So, what's with the getup? Did I miss the memo or something like that?
No, you missed out on the Illinois Lottery Cash for Life game. You can win thousands of dollars a week for the rest of your life. You know what that means, buddy? I'm not taking any chances. None.
Win up to $5,000 a week with Cash for Life from the Illinois Lottery. The longer you live, the more you get.
Easy there, Chuck.
Catch was my therapy growing up. With a ball and glove, my dad and I could work out anything. Today, I have my own kids. Hey, wanna play some catch?
Sure.
And catch is still my therapy.
Good.
All right, give me a fastball here. Whoa. Just two people, a ball, and a backyard. And the comfort of home.
Every home has a story. Tell yours at ColdwellBanker.com.
It's the greatest sale on earth. Bob Rohrman's Oakbrook Toyota in Westmont. 3-ring circus of savings. Intense selection and intense savings.
During Toyota's annual clearance event, lease a brand new 2015 Toyota Camry SE for only $189 a month.
Bob Rohrman. Bob Rohrman's Oakbrook Toyota in Westmont. Only 5 minutes west of the Tri-State on Ogden Avenue.
Whoa, Marge. You're not Marge.
I'm sort of Marge. We both drive a stick. We both like saving money on car insurance. And we both feel integrity, such as that of healthcare in the America of the U.S. And therefore, yes, thank you.
No, please, stop!
Sorta you isn't you. Start with a quote from Esurance and get a set of discounts personalized to you, not someone sorta like you. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
We're back with more MLB news. According to John Heyman of CBS Sports, Starlin Castro has officially cleared waivers. The Cubs' 3-time All-Star was at the center of trade talks earlier this month, but the Cubs were unable to get a deal done. The 25-year-old signed a 7-year, $60 million contract with the team and still has $39 million remaining through 2019. The hits just kept on coming for the Bears in their third preseason game Saturday night. The depth at receiver was an issue even before kickoff, Jay Cutler missing his top 4 targets. But by the end of the night, the other side of the ball was also in shambles. Here's John Fox reading off the ever-extending laundry list of banged-up Bears after last night's game.
As far as in-game injuries, we had Jeremiah Ratliff with an ankle, Eddie Goldman with a concussion, Tracy Porter re-injured his hamstring, John Childs also a concussion, Sonoris Perry a foot, John Bostic a leg. Everybody else was cleared. Jimmy was cleared. We didn't put him back in the game, but he was actually cleared after the hit there late in the game.
Wow, that is a frightening list of injuries. Now an update from Green Bay. Injured Packers wide receiver Randall Cobb, who had to leave last night's game because of a shoulder injury. Well, the news is relatively good this time around for the Packers. An MRI revealed a minor AC joint sprain. The team is hopeful Cobb will be ready to go to play against the Bears in the regular season opener at Soldier Field in 2 weeks. Green Bay had already lost top receiver Jordy Nelson for the season with a torn ACL. Still ahead on the show, we'll take you to Williamsport for a record-setting day at the Little League World Series. Could the hometown team win the title for the first time in 55 years? Plus, believe it or not, one member of the Cubs had no idea that Jake Arrieta was on the verge of pitching a no-hitter. Joe Madden has that story and a whole lot more when we return.
Hey, Ralph Punzel.
Oh, hey, Ronnie.
Where are you headed?
Great Clips.
You're getting a haircut?
I checked in already. Using their online check-in.
I'm dying to check.
It saves you time.
You're getting a haircut.
Why? Thinking about applying to astronaut school.
That's cool.
Okay, I'll see you, Ronnie.
Next time, save time. Download the online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
When he has a 50-50 shot, the odds are 80-20 in his favor. He is the most interesting man in the world.
Stay thirsty, my friends. Catch was my therapy growing up. With a ball and glove, my dad and I could work out anything. Today, I have my own kids. Hey, want to play some catch?
Sure.
And catch is still my therapy.
Good.
All right, give me a fastball here. Whoa. Just two people, a ball, and a backyard. And the comfort of home.
Every home has a story. Tell yours at ColdwellBanker.com.
Chicago seeing red as our division rivals hit town for the first of three. With the wild card looming, can Chris Bryant and the Cubs keep the dream alive? Cubs, Reds, tomorrow at 7 on CSN.
Hello! Not getting enough oomph out of your energy drink? Then try an extra strength 5-hour energy shot. Its beefed up blend of vitamins, nutrients, and caffeine make it the very definition of extra strength. Plus, every great flavor has 0 sugar and 4 calories. So, for an energy shot that really pulls its own weight, switch to extra strength 5-hour energy. Oh, could you go left up here? I need to pick up my dry cleaning.
He worked hard, played harder, and led his team to a state title. Now get to know Fighting Irish freshman Miles Boykin as CSN brings you an inspiring story of family, friends, and football. Play like a champion, Miles Boykin's journey to Notre Dame. Premiering Thursday at 7 on Comcast SportsNet. The stakes are high as the Sox fight for their playoff lives in a huge series up north against the division rival Twins. It's Abreu versus Mauer. White Sox versus Twins. Tuesday night at 7 on CSN.
We are back with the title game in the Little League World Series. The United States champs from Pennsylvania facing the always talented Japanese squad. And the fireworks started very early in Williamsport this afternoon. A huge crowd on hand. U.S. champs already up by a run in the first. Bases loaded for Dylan Rodenhaber. And what do you know? He knocks it over the wall. That's a grand slam. The kids from Pennsylvania put up 10 runs in the first inning, so they're going to win this game easily, right?
No question, right?
Well, not exactly. Japan fights right back, top of the second. That's Yugo Aoki. He plays some long ball. 3-run blast, part of an 8-run rally for Japan. We are all even. The Japanese kids didn't stop there. Still tied in the third inning. This is Masafuji Nishijima. Another homer for Japan, and all of a sudden, the international champs are in front. It's 13-10. Looks like a football score. Pennsylvania still down 3 in the 6th, but they're running out of pitchers. Caden Pfeiffer, a wild pitch brings home a run. Japan would score 5 times in the 6th. They're up by 7, and that's too big of a deficit for the kids from Pennsylvania to overcome. Here's the final out, and the celebration is on for Japan. They win it 18-11. They are your 2015 Little League World Series champions. And now one of our favorite games throughout the course of the summer. Where in the world could you find the Stanley Cup on a beautiful Sunday afternoon? Well, turns out it was right here in the Windy City. Daniel Carcillo, the car bomb. He had the cup at the Vertigo Sky Lounge, and then a little bit later, some wholesome family fun. Carcillo placing his newborn son right in the cup there at a Chapter 5 Foundation event, which also served to remember his former teammate, Steve Montador. That's a precious photo right there.
Yes, it is. Well, back now to our top story on SportsNet Central. Jake Arrieta throws the 14th no-hitter in Cubs history, and he does it in his 14th straight quality start. Arrieta 11-1 with an ERA of 1.07 over that span, and he is just the 3rd pitcher in history to end a no-hitter by striking out the side. Impressive stuff, a night I'm sure he'll never forget, and probably his teammates won't either. Joe Madden on the atmosphere in the Cubs dugout in that 9th inning.
I thought there was a respectful buzz. You know, nobody was like too quiet. Nobody was too loud. It was good. I mean, our guys are really a closely knit group. Everybody knew what was going on except Justin Grimm. He had no idea it was a no-hitter even after the game was concluded. So otherwise, everybody was on board. It's true.
The plays of the day are presented by Lexus.
Great story by Joe Madden. Now, how can we top that? Well, actually, we can't. But you know how rare it is to get a hole-in-one in golf?
I wouldn't because I'm horrible, but I hear it's hard.
Brian Hartman already has 1 in this round.
Oh, my gosh!
That's 2 in the same round. Brian Hartman, 2 holes-in-one in the same day, but Jason Day won the tournament.
All right, well, number 2, we're back on the south side for the Mariners and Sox, who were all tied up in the 11th until Tyler Saladino did that. The walk-off base hit to right. Sox win.
And number one, why not one more time? We take you back to Dodger Stadium.
Doesn't
Jake
get old.
Arrieta fans the guy who could have been his teammate, Chase Utley, for the final out. Arrieta struck out 12 over 116 pitches. His stuff was crackling. He was very impressive. The first major leaguer to get to 17 wins on the season. I think now he is definitely a legitimate candidate for the National League Cy Young Award. Cubs win 2-0, snapping that 4-game losing.
And equally impressive was his post-game attire, as well as the rest of the team, who were wearing their onesies. Starlin Castro here in the Super Mario. Pedro Strop, big fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And Hector Rondon went with the Superman onesie, all part of their getting some sleep theme on the trip back from LA. Should be a very entertaining, fun. I don't think they're going to get any sleep coming back from LA.
It'd be tough to bounce back, no question about that one.
It would be, but they'll be back in action right here on Comcast SportsNet tomorrow night. We appreciate you guys joining us here on SportsNet Central, presented by GMC.
As Kelly mentioned, Cubs-Reds tomorrow night. We'll have it right here on Comcast SportsNet at 7 p.m. I think you might want to talk to Justin Grimm before the game. See, what in the world? How did you not know there's a no-hitter going on? Well, thanks for joining us for our expanded coverage of the Jake Arrieta no-hitter. Kelly will be back at midnight with another look. So long.